From comedic giants to unforgettable character actors, the voices fans will hear in their minds forever. We've lost some true greats of film and TV in 2024. Bill Cobbs was a classic that guy actor. While never a blockbuster star, he was immediately recognizable, always brought his A-game, and elevated every movie and TV show he worked on. After serving in the U.S. Air Force, Cobbs got his start on the stage with New York's Negro Ensemble Company. He then made the jump to the screen with a quick appearance in the classic heist movie The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. From there, Cobbs starred in comedies like Trading Places and the Coen brothers' underrated The Hudsucker Proxy.
They did it because they figured young Norval for an imbecile, like some other people I know.
He was in thrillers like New Jack City, horror flicks like Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs, weird indie sci-fi like The Brother from Another Planet, and romance films like the Kevin Costner Whitney Houston vehicle The Bodyguard. Cobbs was also the coach who put a dog on the court in Air Bud, and he was also one of 3 old janitors plotting against Ben Stiller in Night at the Museum. We could list a lot more. He also appeared in countless TV shows: One Tree Hill, NYPD Blue, The West Wing, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and The Sopranos, among others. Cobbs died of natural causes on June 25, 2024, at the age of 90. His brother Thomas G. Cobbs wrote on Facebook, "Bill was a phenomenal human being in addition to being a spectacular actor. He was very kind, giving, and attentive to others." Much like his Arrested Development character Gene Parmesan, Martin Mull could pop up anywhere and delight comedy fans.
Gene Parmesan?
Right here.
Mull got his start in show business as a songwriter and musical comedian before breaking into acting in the world of Norman Lear, in Lear's soap opera satire Mary Hartman, and his talk show parodies Fernwood Tonight and America Tonight. From there, he starred as Colonel Mustard alongside an ensemble cast in 1985's Clue, and amassed a varied filmography including Mr. Mom and Mrs. Doubtfire, and the live-action 101 Dalmatians. Many fans probably know him best for his TV work, portraying Roseanne Barr's boss in Roseanne, the vice principal in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, a drug-using pharmacist in 2.5 Men, and the aforementioned Gene Parmesan. Mull died of an undisclosed illness on June 27, 2024, at 80 years old. His daughter Maggie Mull announced his passing on Instagram, writing, "He was known for excelling at every creative discipline imaginable, and also for doing Red Roof Inn commercials. He would find that joke funny. He was never not funny." Shelley Duvall captivated audiences with her big eyes and bold performances every time she stepped in front of a camera. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Texas native was discovered by staffers working for director Robert Altman. She made her debut in as Brewster McCloud, and the two became a cinematic powerhouse, making a total of 7 movies together, including Popeye, where Duvall played Olive Oil. Of course, Duvall is most famous for playing the terrified Wendy Torrance in The Shining.
Don't hurt me! I'm not gonna hurt you.
The film had an infamously difficult shoot, especially for Duvall. Director Stanley Kubrick was especially hard on her, forcing her to do endless takes and pushing her to the breaking point. However, despite the widespread myth, those close to her have said The Shining didn't play any part in Duvall's struggles with mental illness later in life. Duvall also left her footprint on the world of TV, hosting Fairy Tale Theater, Tall Tales and Legends, and Shelley Duvall's bedtime series. Eventually, she withdrew from Hollywood, but did return to acting in 2023 with the horror film The Forest Hills. Near the end of her life, Duvall had the support of her partner Dan Gilroy and friend Sarah Lakowski, who runs the Shelley Duvall archive on X. The legendary actress died at 75 on July 11, 2024 in her sleep due to complications arising from diabetes. After appearing as Jenny Wilder in the final season of Little House on the Prairie, Shannen Doherty became a 90s sensation on Beverly Hills 90210. She played Brenda Walsh, a Minnesotan who moves to California and must navigate her glitzy surroundings while dealing with all sorts of soap opera problems. Leaving the show after 4 seasons, she then starred in another long-running TV show she left early, Charmed. Doherty was something of a lightning rod for controversy, with reports of on-set feuds and with fans turning on her. However, none of that drama could compare to the struggle Doherty would face later in life. In 2015, she announced that she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer, and she used the opportunity to shine a light on breast cancer awareness. Even during her struggle, she kept busy, appearing in projects like BH 90210, Riverdale, and the Heathers TV show. Doherty passed away on July 13, 2024, at just 53. Speaking with People, her publicist Leslie Sloan said, "The devoted daughter, sister, aunt, and friend was surrounded by her loved ones as well as her dog Bowie." Her Charmed co-star Alyssa Milano also told People, "It's no secret that Shannen and I had a complicated relationship, but at its core was someone I deeply respected and was in awe of. She was a talented actress, beloved by many, and the world is less without her." Born on September 5, 1929, Bob Newhart had no idea that one day he'd become a world-renowned comedian. In fact, he started off as an accountant before a short stint in radio led to his Grammy-winning album The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart. From there, the deadpan comic with a stammering style made his way into TV, leaving a lasting mark with 2 classic sitcoms. In CBS's The Bob Newhart Show, he played clinical psychologist Bob Hartley, a man dealing with several unique patients and a quick-witted wife. After nearly 150 episodes, he jumped into another CBS sitcom, Newhart, where he played a New York writer running a Vermont inn full of kooky characters. After lasting for 8 seasons, Newhart cemented its place in pop culture with one of TV's very best endings, waking up on the set of his previous sitcom.
I was an innkeeper in this crazy little town in Vermont.
Disney fans might know Newhart best for voicing the unassertive yet brave Bernard in both Rescuers movies. And if you love the Christmas classic Elf, then you remember Newhart as Buddy's adoptive dad. He also appeared in shows like The Big Bang Theory, ER, and Desperate Housewives. He also won numerous accolades, such as being inducted into the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame, and being awarded the Kennedy Center's Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. The legendary comedian died on July 18, 2024, after dealing with a series of short illnesses. He was 94. Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, is commonly hailed as one of the best entries in the Friday the 13th series. It's a movie that gave us the first instance of zombie Jason, and it expertly blends horror and comedy, resulting in a film with both thrilling kills and winking moments. Perhaps one of the silliest scenes in the movie occurs when a group of business executives are playing paintball in the woods. The most memorable member of the bunch is the bespectacled Roy, played by Whitney Rydbeck. He isn't the best paintball player in the world, but he takes the game very seriously. Unfortunately, the fun comes to a screeching halt when Jason shows up. Roy does his best to fight Jason off with a paintball pellet to the chest, but eventually runs off wide-eyed into the woods.
Oh, my God! My God! Help, guys! Help me!
In addition to starring in the famous slasher film, Rydbeck also appeared in projects Star Trek The Next Generation, Murder, She Wrote, and Scrubs, among others. The actor died from prostate cancer on July 15, 2024. Cheng Pei-pei is one of the most legendary names of the wuxia genre of Chinese action films. Cheng became a key player at the Shaw Brothers studio, which produced many martial arts classics. One of those films, Come Drink With Me, featured Cheng as Golden Swallow, a woman who allies with a drunk to rescue her kidnapped brother. It's considered a wuxia landmark, and Quentin Tarantino even considered remaking it. According to the New York Times, Cheng would earn the nickname Queen of Swords for her many martial arts performances. Most Western audiences, however, would recognize Cheng from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, where she played the villainous Jade Fox, the mentor of the unstoppable swordswoman Jen Yu. Crouching Tiger would become the highest-grossing non-English film in the U.S., a record it's held since 2000, and would also win Best Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards. Disney fans might also recognize Cheng as the matchmaker from the live-action version of Mulan. The Queen of Swords died at the age of 78 on July 17, 2024, after being diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease in 2019. While the Halloween franchise has largely revolved around the same few leads, the margins have always been populated by notable and colorful characters such as Sheriff Lee Brackett. He first appeared in the original Halloween film, assisting Dr. Loomis in his hunt for Michael. He briefly reappeared in Halloween 2 and joined the mob in Halloween Kills before getting slaughtered by Michael. Brackett is also responsible for one of the series' most famous lines.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
In short, Brackett played a key part in the classic, if convoluted, franchise. That was largely thanks to actor Charles Cyphers, the man behind the badge. Born in Niagara Falls, New York, Cyphers graduated from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and California State University, and soon after he became a John Carpenter regular, not only appearing in Halloween, but also Assault on Precinct 13, The Fog, and Escape from New York. In addition to those beloved titles, Brackett kept busy with appearances in TV shows like ER, Seinfeld, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, among many others. Cyphers died on August 4, 2024 at the age of 85. Born in 1952 in Welkom, South Africa, Connie Chiume started her professional career as a nurse. That all changed in 1977 when she was bitten by the acting bug. After participating in the Greek musical Sola Sola, she began getting attention back in South Africa thanks to TV shows like Zone 14 and Rhythm City. She only became widely known to U.S. audiences in 2018 when she was featured in one of the most popular movies in Hollywood history. While she didn't star as a lead, Chiume was nevertheless a notable character in Marvel's Black Panther. She appeared as Zawavari, a mining tribe elder on the Wakanda Tribal Council. Black Panther set box office records and became the first Marvel movie to win an Academy Award. So when the MCU returned to Wakanda for the Black Panther sequel, Chiume did as well. Her character replaces Forrest Whitaker's Zuri as the elder statesman of the vibranium-rich African nation. In addition to the 2 Black Panther movies, Chiume also appeared in Beyoncé's Black is King. In the visual companion to The Lion King: The Gift, a soundtrack created by Beyoncé to accompany the live-action Disney remake, Chiume plays Sarabi, the mother of a young prince who goes on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Chiume passed away on August 6, 2024. She was 72. While you might not recognize Rachael Lillis' face, you probably recognize her voice. Lillis' voice role credits include titles such as Hunter x Hunter and The Winx Club, but she's best known for her work in one of the most beloved video game adaptations of all time, the Pokemon TV series. Lillis played iconic characters including Jigglypuff, Vulpix, and Goldeen, and she also loaned her voice to the Super Smash Bros. Games. Of course, her most important contribution to Pokemon was voicing two of the lead human characters. She not only portrayed the water-type gym leader Misty, one of the show's big three leads, but also one of the series' main villains, Jessie of Team Rocket fame. Lillis worked in over 400 episodes of the show, but tragically, she was diagnosed with breast cancer in May 2024 and passed away on August 10th. She was 55 years old. Writing on X, Lillis' Pokemon co-star Veronica Taylor, the voice of Ash Ketchum, paid tribute to her friend by writing in part, "We all know Rachael Lillis from the many wonderful roles she played. She filled our Saturday mornings and before and after school hours with her beautiful voice, her terrific comic timing, and her remarkable acting skills. Rachael was an extraordinary talent, a bright light that shone through her voice, whether speaking or singing."
Guess I'll be going this way. Yeah. Take care, Ash. You too, Misty.
One of the most important and ferocious actors of her generation, Gena Rowlands got her start on the stage before she made her sizable mark in the world of independent cinema. Rowlands met her husband, John Cassavetes, while attending the American Academy of the Dramatic Arts, and soon the two were married and making some of the most powerful movies of the 1970s and 80s. Together, they worked on 10 films, all of which were visceral, intense, and grounded in naturalism. In addition to titles like Faces and Opening Night, Rowlands is most remembered for starring in A Woman Under the Influence and Gloria, all directed by her husband. The latter two films earned her Oscar nominations, and while she never won an acting Oscar, she did receive an honorary Academy Award in 2015. Of course, more modern audiences will most likely recognize her from one of the most popular and beloved romantic dramas ever made, The Notebook. Directed by her son, Nick Cassavetes, Rowlands played the older version of Rachel McAdams' character, who's suffering from dementia. Sadly, Rowlands herself would be diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2019. While the official cause is yet to be announced, the revered actor died on August 14, 2024, at the age of 94.
Fast the time goes. Just flies right on by.
No, yes it does.
While he was never a huge star in the US, Alain Delon was a pretty big deal outside Hollywood circles. During the 60s and 70s, he was a massive name in France, as well as Japan. He also played in a series of films that hardcore cinephiles hold dear, like the Italian drama Rocco and His Brothers, the historical epic The Leopard, and Purple Noon. However, Delon is most famous for his starring role in Jean-Pierre Melville's 1967 French neo-noir The Samurai. Here, Delon played a silent, fedora-wearing, icy-cool hitman who follows a strict code of conduct. You can see the influence of Delon's calm, collected character reflected in movies like John Woo's The Killer and David Fincher's similarly titled The Killer. Quentin Tarantino also acknowledged the film's influence on Reservoir Dogs. Even John Wick's world of hitmen abiding by a certain set of rules owes something to Delon and his fashionable assassin. With that much cinematic influence, no wonder Delon was awarded the honorary Palme d'Or in 2019. That same year, the actor suffered a debilitating stroke, and in 2024, he was diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma. The actor died on August 18, 2024. He was 88. If you're an anime fan, then you've definitely heard Atsuko Tanaka's voice bringing characters to life. Since the 90s, she's appeared in nearly 300 anime and video games, including some of the most beloved properties of all time. Tanaka's biggest claim to fame is voicing Minako Kusanagi, the protagonist of Ghost in the Shell, widely considered one of the greatest anime movies ever made. She's also loaned her vocal expertise to anime like Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as well as the video game Bayonetta. Tanaka passed away on August 20th, 2024. Writing on X, her son paid tribute, saying, "I feel truly blessed to have had such a proud mother. Please do not forget that Atsuko Tanaka poured her heart and soul into the characters she loved and brought to life." She was 61. A screen and stage titan, James Earl Jones was forever immortalized as the voice of Darth Vader in 1977's Star Wars: A New Hope.
When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
While David Prowse and others portrayed Vader physically, Jones provided the deep, menacing voice behind the mask for the original trilogy, as well as other subsequent Star Wars films. Jones's famous tones were also heard as the voice of Mufasa in 1994's The Lion King, numerous commercials, and on CNN for years.
This is CNN.
But Jones wasn't just renowned for his voice. Born in Mississippi, Jones studied drama at the University of Michigan and began acting with local theater groups after a stint in the military. He made his Broadway debut in 1957 as an understudy in a play called The Egghead, later garnering acclaim for his performances in Shakespeare classics and 1968's The Great White Hope, for which he won his first Tony Award. His screen debut came in Stanley Kubrick's 1964 satire Dr. Strangelove, and later film credits included Conan the Barbarian, Coming to America, Field of Dreams, The Hunt for Red October, and many more. He also logged numerous TV credits and continued to perform on the stage. In addition to 2 Tonys, Jones received 2 Emmys, a Grammy, a Golden Globe Award, a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Screen Actors Guild, the National Medal of Arts, and an Honorary Academy Award. He died on September 9, 2024, at his home in Dutchess County, New York, at the age of 93.